Azul, thank you, man. Gus, $20 super chat. Thank you. Single mom equals recreational use only. Everyone is allowed to do as they please, but actions have consequences. Man's standards equals discrimination. Women's standards equals preferences. Yep. Stop telling men how things should be. Yeah, I mean, there definitely seemed to have been a bit of pushback earlier on in the show when I was talking about like, hey, body count's a big deal. And you guys all really you're like, oh, Brian, I really don't ask for a lot in a girl. Like, I don't really ask for that much, I think. I mean, maybe in today's society, I'm asking for a lot, but.
What are you asking for?
Okay, so low body count, that's one, right? Loyalty, loyalty, femininity, fidelity, and peace.
Respect.
So it doesn't matter at all what she looks like.
No,
or how tall she is.
Height, don't care. I'll date a dwarf. I'll date a woman who's 6'7". Height doesn't matter. Looks, like, not a huge, like, I care about looks, but it's not like small boobs, big boobs, don't care. Nice ass is nice, but like, I care. Looks is a factor, but it's kind of not super important to me. Like, it's not a huge thing. As long as you're just fit, like, you know, you're not obese, you're not overweight, like, don't really, not a major part of the calculus for me. Okay, let me put it to you like this. I would much rather date a woman who's, if we were using the 1 to 10 rating scale, give me a 5 who brings me peace, loyalty, and fidelity over a 10 that's going to be a fucking headache. I don't care if she's a fucking supermodel. I don't want to put up with drama and bullshit and conflict and someone who's combative. Mm-hmm. I will care far less about someone's physical appearance. Again, if she's a supermodel, but she's a fucking headache and stresses me out and is promiscuous, not interested.
Okay, but what if she's all of the things that you want, but she has a bad history?
What do you mean?
Like, she's super peaceful. She gives you that peace. She makes you happy. She makes you dinner when you get home. Like, she has the house is taken care of. Your kids are going to be taken care of. But then, she has a past where she has like 10 bodies or something.
Is her history known to the public or just known by me?
Right. So you care more, like, if other people know.
Because it's a status, it's a status thing, yeah.
Very interesting.
It's important because the woman represents her man.
This has been so interesting for me. I've always wondered, what the thoughts behind some of these statements are. So it's cool to hear you guys.
If she had 10, but she brought me all that other stuff, I think that's probably okay.
See, because I think you guys say like low body count, nothing else. But then when we talk about it and we really like discuss it, like she would be a great mom and this and that, and you'd love her, you're like, it's not that big of a deal. And that's why 10, when you go
10
into dating,
isn't like
so you guys are talking about
for
like
California
20, 30, like
insane
really
numbers.
For California,
you might as well
10,
be a virgin at 10.
And also I'm 33, right? So
I see.
Most of the women that are within my age cohort are gonna be,
more than
I'm lucky. Just ask out an 18-year-old?
Well, I would date an 18-year-old, but most of the women I'm not going to college parties trolling for 19-year-old chicks, but
you would actually date?
Absolutely.
Really?
I would absolutely date an 18-year-old.
As long as she's mature enough, why not?
Well, I suppose, but
because body count counts more than like maturity and ability to hold down the household and all that stuff.
Well, it's body count, it's
purity,
it's also physical. It is a physical attractiveness component.
And I'm probably going to get hate for saying this, but if you dated somebody younger, you can actually kind of mold them.
That's
into
literally
the wife.
What Andrew Tate says.
But he's right. You can mold them into being the wife that you're wanting to find.
I believe in finding a person and then matching up with them because I have the same foundational beliefs and goals as them, and then we grow together and develop together and fix things about each other that maybe don't work and come together. I don't believe in molding someone and making them become that's for you to do with your children for sure, but not to do with your partner. That's just my opinion though.
Do you guys want a guy who's a leader and decisive and confident?
Yes, but I don't want him to mold me.
Tell me what to do.
I want him to take care of his
Let
business.
me ask you a question. And I hear this complaint a lot from women. It's a turnoff for women if the guy is indecisive about where he wants to eat, for example. And I often hear women say, I don't know where I want to eat. And I also hear women say, you know, I see this it's almost ubiquitous on Hinge prompts. It's like, a green flag for me is, I'm picking you up at this time. I made reservations for here, 7 p.m. I'll pick you up. Like, for me, if a girl is indecisive, unless it's impacting me, because I know how to lead. So
being decisive doesn't really mean leading, though. It just means you know what you want.
But you can lead them into a decision.
A decision that doesn't matter that much. It's just dinner. They're not going to lead me into
But,
a decision
but
of my
did
career.
you, but did you
doesn't have
find it
anything to do with
attractive when the
mine.
man knows what he wants and what he wants for you and him? You find it attractive when the man takes lead. That's why most women love being submissive.
It depends if it's like a relationship. Yeah, if he is a man that's like, yeah, I want a relationship, that's great, that's attractive. But if he's like, we are going to live here in this state, blah, 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 that's not what I want. I don't find that attractive.
Being decisive is not equal to being a leader.
Okay, one thing, guys. I will finish the super chats and then we will wrap. Guys, $50 and up for the rest of the show. Just because I need to get, we've been going for a long time, so I gotta wrap up on the super chat. So if you want 50 and up from now, Eric, if you can just note that. Wait, so what was the original? What was I slipped my mind.
Being decisive.
Okay, let's move on with the super chats here. So.